Happy Sunday. Oh no, it's not Sunday. It's Saturday. What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P. Joe Pisapia. With me is Tom Strachan, and we're here on Saturday. That's right, because why? Another international game, which means we need an international host to break it all down for you and answer your questions. Tom, it's good to see you, my friend. It's been a few weeks, but again, the international games have taken over, so we like to show up here on a Saturday and answer questions, get ahead of time, and get ahead of things. How are your fantasy shares going? Just checking in on your teams. We have a lot of playoff pushes, or too many duds that you're just setting to autopilot.
Well, there's no need to give up yet. Definitely, the rebuilds are doing exactly what they should be doing. But yeah, there's a few best ball teams that I'm very hopeful of potential in a couple of higher stakes contests. So yeah, feeling pretty good. And I don't want to jinx it, but I'm doing better than I've done in my home league for a few years now. So
there you go.
How about you?
I'm doing. Well, we're all doing better than Brian Daboll. I think at this point, and. No one's doing as well as Mike Vrabel. I think that's kind of where things are at right now. So again, we've got your questions here on tap. I see them all flowing into the chat. Make sure you drop your comments below, hang out with us, drop your questions, super chats. Remember, we'll go to the front of the queue. So if you got a super chat, you're going to get answered first. We'll guarantee super chats for a little while. If they get really crazy, we will cut them off. But Tom, let's start with Spencer James here. And Spencer's question, pick two, Bam Knight, Sean Tucker, and Chris Rodriguez. So obviously with the Bucky Irving news, Sean Tucker in play here. So who are the two guys here between Tucker, Rodriguez, and Knight that get the start?
Yeah, so Bucky Irving's not going to play, is he, though? So I think I'm going to lean away from Bam Knight. That backfield just feels like a complete mess. It's not what if I've got a choice outside of Bam Knight, then I'm going to take it. Last week, 10 carries to DeMarcado's 4. But the snap counts are really close. I don't think the matchup's particularly great either.
Agreed. Speaking of running backs too, real quick, I want to get your take on this because this was like big news. Not that it should be surprising, because J.K. Dobbins, when it was announced he had a mid-foot injury, that was enough for me to go, well, he's not playing anytime soon. So how has that affected R.J. Harvey in your rankings too? Because I'm sure a lot of people have some questions about that too.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if this was a bit more of a gimme matchup than the Chiefs, which, the Chiefs, for all their faults and they're not a team who are perfect. Their run defenses, what kind of lets them down? They rank 25th against the run in EPA allowed, but they've allowed the sixth fewest fantasy points to the running back position. So it's like you can move on them, but you don't end up doing lots of spectacular stuff. So I've got him sat kind of like, I think RB22 at the minute. I haven't gone crazy just because we know the usage could be a nightmare with Tyler Bidet, Jaleel McLaughlin as well.
Yeah, I'm about the same spot. It's, I think, in the low 20s too. I just adjusted it this morning. All right, let's go to Zach's question here. 14-team PPR league. Who do I flex? Monangai, Christian Watson, or Spears in the full PPR?
I mean, Christian Watson's definitely seeing that kind of usage tick up going up against the Giants. I know you like to rag on the Giants, Joe.
Well, I like to rag on the Jets more, but the Giants will do. But I'm with you, especially since Zach's looking for upside. It feels like Christian Watson is that big play guy, right? Monangai could be limited a little bit. Spears in a negative game script. So we are seeing things the same way here on a Saturday morning. All right, let's get to Jonathan's question here. Morning, guys. Crazy to start Flacco over Mahomes? I don't think it's crazy, but I don't think I want to do it. That's where I am.
Yeah, I mean, if the Bengals were at home, maybe I could feel a little bit more confident about this one. But going on the road to the Steelers, I've still got Mahomes a good few spots ahead of Flacco. But look, I mean, if you want to do it, go do it. Don't let us talk you out of it if you have a good feeling about it.
It's one of those tricky spots too, because I feel like whenever somebody has a huge game against a team, they always like, oh, look what he did last time, right? Yeah. And it's kind of the inverse too. Oh, he was terrible against that team last time. Well, it doesn't necessarily repeat. You don't always get two stellar performances or two dud performances. There's no guarantees. It's football. I understand matchups are matchups, but oftentimes when you see, Joe Flacco in Cincinnati go put a hurting on the Pittsburgh Steelers and put up, 40 points, that might not be what you see the second time around. There might be a little bit more discipline in there. So not a crazy question, but this is why you're here to
and also the Steelers have kind of changed up slightly what they're doing on defense a little bit since the first game. The first game was the one where everybody came out of it saying everybody knows how to play Mike Tomlin's defense, and it wouldn't be surprising if we saw a little bit more of a change. And yeah, it's not quite as good as it was last time.
All right, next up, here's Shouty. Full PPR, flex Sean Tucker, Chris Rodriguez. Well, a lot of Tucker and Rodriguez questions today. I can feel it already. Or do you drop one to flex Michael Wilson? Let's do that, and then we'll answer the tight end question.
So I'm going to go with Sean Tucker. I mean, Chris Rodriguez, the Dolphins defense has really picked up over the last few weeks, whereas the Bills, the way to take them on is still on the ground. Like, they're a bottom 3 defense against the run. And yeah, I'm very comfortable taking Sean Tucker.
All right, and you're not dropping one of them for Wilson, right? That's not
no,
your answer.
no.
Yeah, I'm not chasing that either. And then Schultz or Loveland at tight end.
Like, I've been really slow to come around on Dalton Schultz this year. Like, I think I'm still just kind of hanging in there for Colston, Loveland, and the Vikings have allowed 12 most fantasy points to the position. Like, I've got them really close. It's only a couple of spots separating them.
Okay, so let's go to Tortle next. Flex Tez, Monangai, Shaheed, Spears, and non-PPR. All right, so we're touchdown hunting here a little bit. Tez has a lot of touchdown equity, but I think Shaheed's in a good spot there too, potentially for the big play. I kind of lean towards Shaheed there. Also, with the weather conditions being potentially a problem in Buffalo. So that's my lean, but I'm curious to hear what you say.
No, I'm with you on Shaheed. I mean, Torrey Horton ruled out for another week. I know people might talk themselves into the Cooper Cup revenge game, but I think it sets up for Shaheed well. The Rams have allowed the 9th most fantasy points to wide receiver position. So yeah, I'm good with Shaheed. I thought we'd get it last week, but then the game script just went out the window so quickly.
How about Cooper Kupp take revenge on the IR? That's what I want to see you take revenge on. Go play some games and be useful. Should I trade Tez before Godwin comes back? Not necessarily. Like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Godwin's coming back. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, I mean, he was supposed to be back week 5, and it's week 11. Trade Gadsden if I have Tyler Warren, or can I flex 2 tight ends? I think if these tight ends you can in a pinch. Actually, Gadsden has that kind of upside because of the way they use him as more of that like slot wide receiver sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think Gadsden necessarily is going to be a player that you end up playing every single week. Like, there will be matchups, but I'd be comfortable flexing him rather than trading.
But breaking news, it's kind of a joke. Ben Sennett's going to be out. So thanks, Sal, our producer, for breaking. Any other giant breaking news, Sal, make sure you give it to us. We want to make sure we get everybody ready for their fantasy lineup. All right, let's go to Duncan's question. Flex half PPR, Christian Watson, Worthy, and Spears. So Watson gets the start here too?
Yeah, Watson gets to start. I mean, Worthy, I really hope for better things from him, but it's just been pretty miserable this year, and even worse since Rashid Rice got back.
Yeah, and he's not healthy either. He's got a Q tag on him as well. Nason, pick 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. All right, you ready? Let's go. Flowers, he's in, right?
Yep.
Okay, Adunze, he's in, yes?
Yes.
And then it becomes Pearsall, Jennings, KW3.
Man, so this is where it gets interesting. Like, I'm going to throw KW out because the lack of touchdowns is just becoming really painful. I think it's, 5 weeks now since he scored a touchdown. And like, the Rams have been really good against the running back position. They've only allowed 1 rushing touchdown to running back position all year and 1 receiving touchdown to running back position all year, both in matchups against the Niners. So I don't want to deal with Kenneth Walker here. Now, Jennings has definitely been the more useful one because he's actually played games, but Ricky Pearsall has some really impressive splits against the type of defensive coverage that he's likely to face this week. Like, last time he played the Cardinals in week 3, he had 19.7 PPR points, 11 targets, 8 catches, 117 yards. Like, if you need to shoot for upside, I think I'd be comfortable going with that. But if you're just looking for a kind of floor safety play, then Jennings is definitely okay.
All right, and then would you trade Pearsall or Jennings for Kincaid? Depends on your tight end situation, but I don't want to trade Ricky Pearsall. I've been waiting all this time. Like, I mean, unless you just want to get rid of the headache, I can understand that too. It's been rough. It's been a long time, but I don't know. I don't. Depending on what you have at tight end, I think you just kind of rather have the wide receiver depth. But that's my take.
Yeah, and I feel like, after this, you're not trading for this weekend anyway because Kincaid's not playing. So why not see what happens this weekend and then see whether you can sell high on one of these guys or, whether one of them's not going to be that great for you.
All right, let's go to Cheryl's question here. Hi, Deebo, Ortez, Monangai, or Tyrone Tracy, Troy Franklin, Ortez, or Malik. I assume Washington's the one we're talking about there. So one at a time. Deebo, Ortez.
I'm going Deebo there. Like, yeah. I know.
Okay. Miami Monangai or Tyrone T?
I'd go Monangai, like the Giants up against Packers. That's a tough matchup.
And then Franklin, Tez, or Malik Washington?
It's really difficult for me to go away from Troy Franklin's volume, like the way he's kind of like improved this year.
Okay, there you go. Good luck, Cheryl. All right, Bam Bam. Flex 1 in the PPR. Christian Watson, Swift, or Addison?
It's got to be Swift. Like, I know he's splitting a bit more work off, and I know Vikings are a good defense, but I'm comfortable with that.
Dylan is up next year. Chris Rodriguez or Charbonnet in a tough matchup. I'll go Chris Rodriguez here. I got zero hesitation on this one.
I think I'm still Charbonnet, and I know what I mentioned about the touchdowns, but I think, he's just, if I'm betting on one of the Seahawks backfield this week, it would be Charbonnet.
Spencer James is up here. Pick 2, Bam Knight. Oh, we did this one, all right. Spencer, you don't have to drop him twice. It's okay, buddy. But Spencer got up way early, too, to do it. Awesome Dev is up. Lineup help, full PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end. So, all right, let's try to get this set up. 2 RBs here for this one. Rico, White, DeMarcado, Bam, Monangai. It's Rico, right? In?
Yeah, Rico definitely in. And then I'd go White. I know that he's more of a pass catching back, but he's been pretty good on the ground still. And the way, like I mentioned, way to get Buffalo is on the ground. So I'll take those 2 first. And then
wide receiver Shakir, QJ, Pearsall. You got 1. That's it.
That's still Shakir for me.
All right, and then one tight end here, Otten or Ferguson.
I'd go Ferguson. I know it's been a little bit of a drop off lately, but I still feel pretty good about him going up against the Raiders. Got to bounce back.
And Tom, now you can pick anybody you want who you haven't picked already for a flex. It's all you. The whole store is open. You're like a fat kid in a candy store. You go ahead, just go get it.
Well, let's go Pearsall. I feel like he's becoming a bit of a conviction play for me this weekend.
All right, there you go. Conviction it is. Let's go to Michael's question. Full PPR, should I start Aaron Jones, that is, over Derrick Henry or DeAndre Swift?
Well, I mean, like Cleveland did bottle up Derrick Henry quite well last week. Last time they played, what was that, week 2, week 3?
Yeah, it was 2 or 3, yeah.
I don't know.
And they've done that in the past, too, to him. It's not like a one-off. It's been a couple times it's been tough. It's not a crazy question.
I think that I would prefer it would be over Derrick Henry rather than DeAndre Swift because of that. But you just have to be willing to accept that if Derrick Henry goes crazy, you know, it was a tricky choice to make. But yeah, I think if you're playing purely on the matchups, it's the better matchup.
All right, Thomas, thanks. Appreciate you. Loves the show. We appreciate you, Thomas. Also, we appreciate you supporting our sponsors. So listen up, everybody. Our partners at DraftKings, Pick 6 right now is out there, and they've got a deal for you don't want to miss. New DraftKings customers, here you go. When you play $5 or more on your first paid Pick 6 entry, you'll get $50 in bonus bets instantly. That's right. Play $5, get $50 in bonus picks to keep building your slips and take your shot at big payouts. Just use the promo code FPROS and scan the QR code on the screen to sign up and start playing. If you've been thinking about trying Pick 6, well, now's the time. Just use the promo code FPROS or the QR code, sign up, and all new DraftKings customers, yeehaw, can play $5 and get 50 in bonus picks instantly. I don't know why I'm Southern on a Saturday morning. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring? Let's build some lineups and some slips together. Let's go. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for a problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 or over, and eligibility restrictions may vary per jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. Only new customers, 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as a non-withdrawal Pick 6 bonus that expires in 14 days. Ends 12/2/2025 at 11:59 p.m. Terms and Pick 6 DraftKings.com/promos. I think I added 1 extra 7 to that number, possibly. I don't know. What do you think, Tom? Sounds like a lot of 7s.
I was definitely paying attention to exactly how many 7s you said.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, let's go to Andrew's question here. I was offered Waddle and RJ and McMillan. For RJ McMillan, pardon me.
I don't mind it, but it's like since Tyreek Hill went down, Jalen Waddle's like 4th in receiving yards, and we know that it could be a bit of a headache with RJ Harvey. Like if you need running back position sorting out, then I would take it. But otherwise, I'd be okay just holding Jalen Waddle because I think he's going to continue to have a great season. Like the next few fixtures for the Dolphins are really friendly.
Yeah, you got CMC and Genty already. I'm deep at receiver. So, okay, there you go. Let's go to the next question here is Bonnie. Bonnie wants to know full PPR flex 1, Coleman, Worthy, or Pearsall?
Ricky Pearsall.
There you go. And I can pick up Calvin Austin or Michael Wilson instead of on the waiver wire now.
No.
I think we're good, Bonnie. All right, let's get to Shannon's. All the ladies are up early on a Saturday like this. All right, PPR flex pick 1, Malik Washington, Parker Washington, Tet Washington, Algier Washington, or Harvey Washington?
I'm going to be Tet there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
it's
defense.
not been amazing, but yeah.
He hasn't. Like my problem with Tet is that, the Falcons have the lowest receiving yards given up all year. He's only got 2 touchdowns all year, and they came in the same game against the Cowboys. I know I keep harping on this on a couple shows, but I'm like, you start to look at it and you're like, man, there's just not a lot of touchdown equity there. But is some volume, and Parker Washington's health has been a little questionable this week, so that's a little bit of a downside. I would lean towards Harvey just go that route. That's where I would go personally. So if he's only one flex, especially because I think there's a floor there, and I think there's more touchdown equity for Harvey, to be honest with you.
That's fair. He has been fine in the end zone. And then for defense, Packers, Cowboys, Chargers, Bears. I mean, that's a lot of choices to choose from, but I think I'd go Cowboys going up against Raiders. Geno's just stunk this year.
Yeah, I assume they'll be, emotionally motivated too. Maybe you're a lock to get a turnover from Winston or Smith.
Yeah,
what else are you going to get along with it? So
yeah.
I would still lean towards the Packers because I think you'll get some sacks in there, and I think you'll get a pick from Winston too.
Yeah,
so that's where I'm going. Even though I think the Giants will cover in that game, might even win. I don't know. It's tough, man. You're probably right. The Cowboys are the safer play, but I think the Packers are definitely in play here too.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised that the Packers haven't had more interceptions this year. I think they've only had 3. So
corners haven't been good, but Jameis is that gift that keeps on going. I do agree with Tom, though. The safe play is probably the Cowboys this week in the situation that they're in, coming off a bye. I know they give up a lot of yards and stuff like that, but man, that Raiders offense is. Zach is up here, 14-team PPR flex. Monangai, Watson, or Spear. Oh, we did that one too.
Why
do they keep repeating? I don't understand what's going on here. Here's another one. Got offered Achane for Josh Allen. Thoughts on my QB? Would have Daniel Jones after that. Well, you got nobody this week, so you got to stream somebody. Also need 2 wide receivers and a flex from this group. So let's talk about this deal first. So would you trade Josh Allen, pivot to Daniel Jones rest of season to get Achane?
I think I'm okay with that. Like Josh Allen this year, we've had 3 games over 25 points, but it's not been like as many of those kind of crazy nuclear outputs as we've seen. Like the Bills' offense in general doesn't feel quite as potent this year, and Achane's just absolutely going nuclear.
Yeah, I think I'm good with it too. All right, also need 2 wide receivers and a flex here. Tet, AJ Brown. Oh, that's a tough one. JMO, Dobbs, Goddard, and Chris Rodriguez. I'll give you this one here, Tommy boy.
I think the easiest click of the wide receiver position's Romeo Dobbs, which feels wild to say. Wild to say.
Yeah, but I get it. So Tet's the other one. I can live with Tet here.
Yeah, and then I'd go Tet. Yeah, AJ Brown's just buried for me in my rankings this week. Devonta Smith's a long way ahead of him.
Okay, so you would play JMO as the third guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. Just hope for the best. Hopefully he has that big moment there. I think he gives the corners their trouble in Philadelphia personally. I think he's a tough matchup. What's up, Juan? Look, P. Juan is here with us always, never misses a show. Love our regulars here. Hola, pros. If Derrick London doesn't play, who would you pick up as a wide receiver? Watson, Austin, Burden, Kupp, or Michael Wilson?
I quite like Luther Burden here. Like the usage has been really positive for him. 3 games over 50 yards, kind of caught all 3 of his passes last week, whereas Zacchaeus caught 1 and DJ Moore didn't catch any. And things just seem to be steadily trending up for him. I know it's a tough matchup against the Vikings, but the way they use him is encouraging enough that I feel like I know what I'm getting from him.
What's the latest update this morning on London? I actually didn't see.
I haven't seen anything today yet. It was just for sore back yesterday, but the feel of it, I don't know whether our Are They Playing tool could help us out on that one. But,
I'm sure they could. Are They Playing is the best tool. Why don't you check on the Are They Playing? And I'm going to give my 2 cents about Watson. I just think Watson in this matchup is the guy for me. And then a quarterback, Lamar or Baker. I'm playing Lamar Jackson. Lamar is just in that elite tier, which means that if somebody could use Baker, you should trade him. That's my take. What's the Are They Playing on London?
70% they are playing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be somewhere in that 65-70 range. I think he'll play. Look, he has to. Like, this is kind of a... I don't want to be hyperbolic, but it's that point in the season where you just can't take another loss for the Falcons, especially at home in an in-division game, an in-division opponent. Like, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
So, you got to win this football game. Drake London's got to play. Tom, even if he can't be a full go, he's got to get on the field. PPR, Spears or Monty?
I think I'm going Monty there. Like, just the difference in matchup. Like, the way you want to attack the Eagles is through the ground game, and then for Spears, like the Texans have just been really good against the ground game all year.
All right, and then flex Deebo or Pitts?
I'm going Deebo. Yeah.
All right, bench stash: Monangai, Corum, Brian Robinson Jr., Chris Rodriguez. Who's the best of the bench stashes?
Well, it's such a difficult one because whoever I say, it'll be one of the other players ahead of him that gets injured tomorrow. But
well, that's also helpful as long as Thomas goes the opposite way of you.
I mean, I like Monangai because he gets involved in the receiving game. He's also been playing really well. He's earned a good role over the last few weeks. Blake Corum gets nothing in the receiving game, hasn't found the end zone. Brian Robinson Jr. is playing, but it's still not
Playing
going
more
to
the
be a
last
massive...
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Look, CMC, I think, is the biggest, like, that's your big reward. Like, if he gets hurt, Brian Robinson becomes, I think, the best of this bunch in terms of usage. So Monangai, I agree. That's my number one too, but B-Rob would be that second one. Maybe you can get both of them. Maybe you can see, like, if you're not playing, like, drop a second defense or a second tight end or a second QB. Like, if you're not using them, drop them. It's better to have some of these running backs on your rosters. The gold standard, Woody Marks, Pearsall, or Tet.
I'll go Woody Marks there. Like, I really like the matchup for him. Titans just very poor against the run.
All right, so let's get to 32's question here. 10-team PPR, T-Mac, Rachaad White, or Harvey? I'm going Harvey here. How about you?
Yeah, I think I know you've kind of brought me round on T-Mac a little as this is going on, and I'm feeling worse about him because my rankings might need a little...
I don't want to depress you. I mean, I know it's later in London. I get it. You know, in England, it's a little bit later there, and you know, the day is taking its toll on you. I don't want to defeat you late in the day, and then you put the kids to bed and you're depressed. I don't want that. That's not what I want. I'm just saying it is when you start to look at the snapshot of the season and you see the productivity. Yeah, there's volume there, but it's been very empty. That's been my thing.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's it. Like, you look across, like, what Bryce Young has done over the last few games. And the last time he passed for 200 yards was week 2. He hasn't topped 150 since week 6. He's passed for more than 6 yards per attempt on only 2 occasions. So I think maybe I'm clinging on a little too much about how much I like Tet, and maybe he's somebody who needs to drop for this week. So I'll go with RJ Harvey with you.
Here's a fun one. TA, Christian Watson or Shaheed for the flex?
I think this is a good spot for Shaheed this weekend, but I'm still going with Christian Watson ahead of him just because the Giants just can't defend anyone.
They sure can't. But, dead coach bounce, man. We've seen it all the time, right? They fire a coach. Next week, the team comes out like gangbusters. You see it all the time. Some teams, it just doesn't, like the Titans, like they're just so bad it doesn't matter. But the Giants aren't so bad it doesn't matter. The Giants could easily have won 3 of their last 5 games. and according to the win probability, they should have. Put that out there. God, it's sad. It's sad. New York football fans are miserable. It's times like this I'm happy I'm a Pats guy. Al Steezy, Jetta and Rico for Waddle, Devonta Smith and Judkins. So Jefferson and Rico, and then the other side is Waddle, Smith, and Judkins. Which side do you think is best? I want Jetta and Rico still. I'm not. Everyone wants to trade Justin Jefferson last week off the bad game. I can't get there. He's the elite guy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you as well. I know, like, the touchdowns haven't been coming either, which has made it even worse, but I'm sure that sooner or later he's going to get right. And this feels like a good week going up against the Bears. I know they're getting players back, but their secondary and their defense is still very beaten up.
All right, Thomas says we didn't get the whole thing, so need 2. Dowdle, Barkley, or C. Brown?
That's a good... Yeah, that's a good problem to have, but I'm with you on Dowdle and Barkley.
Okay, so there you go. There you go, Thomas. Sorry if we, we're working 7 days a week here. We're doing the best we can. By the way, the haul for Jefferson is not a terrible one, but I always want the elite player. There's elite players for a reason. Those are the Titanic guys, I call them. You're going down with the ship. You just, that's how it is. Unless you just get bowled over with an offer. Caden Eagles, need a flex, a PPR, full situation, Parker Washington, Ferguson, or BTJ and DeMarcado.
Well, BTJ's out, right? Isn't he? Definitely didn't sound like he was going to play. So
doesn't sound promising, no.
Yeah, I'm going Parker Washington as long as we don't hear anything else negative. Volume towards him's been,
and I think
really
Ferguson's
nice.
A fine pivot. He's got some equity in that game. DeMarcado, I just can't get behind if he can only start one. Also, my running backs are Bijan, Benson, Woody, and Hampton. Should I trade for one? Look, the fact you have Benson and Hampton, you gotta hope that one of them hits when you come back. Like, you just gotta hope that, I think that's okay. I'm more apt to say stay put because you've got 2 outs here. It's like when you're playing poker and you got more outs on at the end here. You're looking for more spots to hit on. If you only had one of these guys, I would say yes. But what are your thoughts here, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm thinking right, like, we're past the Texans bye week, so you've got Bijan and Woody who you can plug in every single week, and it sounded like Benson could have possibly started to practice this week just gone. So if you get him back next week, then things start trending up quite quickly.
All right. Want to shout out everybody too who's dropping the super chats, but we're going to cut them off right now because again, we only have so much time this morning. So please no more super chats because we can't guarantee that we will get to them. We appreciate all your questions. And don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, as well to answer your questions too here on the YouTube channel. So we'll get to you. Plus we've got our Discord and we've also got free stuff. If you haven't already, drop your comments below, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the bell till it goes ding so you could win our latest giveaway, the Trophy Smack Fantasy Football Championship belt. Trophy Smack is the #1 destination for epic fantasy football hardware, so go check it out today. It's an amazing place. I've got a bunch of Trophy Smack things right here. I got my belts back here. I'd like one of those rings because they take up less space, but I won't complain. If I get another belt this year, I'm not going to complain, but you should get this belt. We're giving it away on Monday. Make sure that person is you. How do you win? Subscribe, drop your comments below, ring the bell till it goes ding, and like this video so you can be the winner of the Trophy Smack belt. All right, Tanner is up next here. Fannin or Theo? I'm going Theo, baby. I think Theo's one of my favorite guys. I already bet him on BP to score a touchdown plus 220 on Sunday. So how about you?
Yeah, I've been a little slow to get onto the Theo train because so many weeks he was just sitting below like 35 receiving yards, and then it kept going, and then all of a sudden you get the 775, and you put that together with the touchdown volume that we've seen and Jameis throwing approximately 400 times, and let's go Theo.
Gotta love it. I am so, that's the thing. As annoying as the Giants have been, like they're fun this year. Dart was fun while it lasted. Scadaboo was super fun while it's lasted.
It's such a shame that Malik Neighbors wasn't there. Like,
I know, like if you could have seen all three of those guys on the field at the same time healthy, that would have been fun.
Yeah,
it would have been fun. And it's gonna be fun for some coach next year. I don't know who that's gonna be. Carlo, should I drop Loveland for Deebo?
Yes, I would do that. Like the tight end position, I love Loveland, but that's a very replaceable amount of fantasy performance.
Ghostly, I need 2 RBs, 3 wides, and a flex here. So Barkley, Jacobs are in. Jones would be, I think, the considered flex, but we'll put that off to the side here. 3 wides, CD in, Rice in, and it's Parker Washington or Dunze. What do you think?
I'm going to Dunze there.
Okay, and then Aaron Jones is the flex, I think, right?
Aaron Jones is the flex.
Look at that. So we're so easy. Okay, and then Daniel Jones on a bye, so is okay for Flacco. Yeah, I think Flacco over the rest of those guys on waivers.
yeah, definitely. Just a bit better at actually throwing the ball than the rest of them.
It's also got Jamar Chase, who makes you better.
Yeah.
Eric, half PPR, Rachaad White, Sutton, Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I'll go Rachaad White. Good with that.
Okay. And then rest of season, Judy or Tez, who has more value? I'm gonna say Tez because he plays with a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like around Cleveland we're getting closer and closer to the pressure being put on Shaheed Sanders getting him there, and then what happens then?
Nobody knows. I mean, I don't know if it can get worse, but it is the Browns. Flex 2, Woody Marks, Genty, Pearsall, or Myers?
Well, absolute smash spot for Genty, and then I think I'd go Woody Marks again because really good matchup for him.
Drago, full PPR, Harvey, Tucker, Tez, or Pearsall?
Well, I'm guessing you're Harvey.
I am, even though it's PPR. Again, I want to see Pearsall out there on the field and healthy, and if he had been out there for the last month, I'd feel differently. But it's just it's been a long time.
If you're shooting for upside, I'd go Pearsall, but I'm very much fine with Harvey.
Agreed. Like if you're playing against the Travion Henderson team this week that already put up 30 points, then you give a shot to Pearsall here. Did I hit a nerve there, Tom? I don't know.
No. That's home league sitting on a 45-point lead to go in.
Oh, like I got Travion everywhere. I was just like, I've been acquiring him wherever I could. I made trades for him 3 weeks ago, everywhere. I was like, eventually this has to work out. He's too talented. They have to something's got to give here. And then I guess it was Ramondre Stevenson was the thing that gave. Michael King, full PPR, Tez Johnson over DeAndre Swift. You want
I do. Oh, sorry, no, I do DeAndre Swift.
I do Swift too. Yeah. I was surprised at first. I was like, no, you wouldn't.
Sorry, I thought it said
That's
trade.
That's not true. Don't lie to the people. Yeah, I know what you mean. Half PPR, Woody Marks or Rachaad White?
I'm going Woody Marks there.
And you still Loveland over Schultz, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Corey's up next here. Thanks, Corey. Matthew, pick one. Half PPR, T-Mac, Tez, Tucker, DeMarcado, or any other D play this week.
That one's T-Mac for me still.
Agreed. Awesome Dev, full PPR, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. London, Sutton, Wan'Dale, RJ Harvey. All right, so who's the odd man out in this group? That's tough because I like Wan'Dale this week a lot too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Courtland Sutton. Like the Chiefs are just so strong against the pass. They ranked 9th best against the pass. We've allowed the 4th fewest fantasy points for wide receiver position, and yeah, Sutton vibes. He's basically, you need him to find the end zone at the minute.
Jeff's up here. Sup, y'all? Howdy. Trade offer from Dowdle for my Dowdle and Wan'Dale for Amon-Ra. You're getting Amon-Ra for Wan'Dale and Dowdle? Pull that trigger till it goes click.
Yeah, I mean, running back, he's got Jacobs, Warren, and Benson. Like, you can survive that running back, and Amon-Ra is absolutely crushing
it. that's a hell yeah. Dawes Skills up next. 5th place, Josh Allen, Jettas, Diggs, Adams, Deebo. Okay, it's a good team here. The question is Evans, Benson.
No, it's
IR.
just
Any changes?
No, I think
I don't
you're looking
love
really
the
good.
whole Bill Pollard Mason grouping like that. That's the only thing I would say. Like,
I think, well, maybe if you could leverage moving one of those tight ends and one of those running backs for an upgrade of the running back position.
If Jennings has a big day today, I'd pick him with one of those RBs or 2 of those RBs and try to get somebody else that can make an impact at our. Like, if you can get Jalen Warren for, I don't know, Pollard and Jennings off a big game, do it. Like something like that. That's what I'd be looking to do. You need a little bit RB help, not something massive, just something steady. Maybe an RJ Harvey. Like maybe you could buy low on him right now before he has too many openings here. Or somebody who's losing faith with Bucky or Hampton or something like that. Pittman or Olave rest of season.
I didn't think I'd be here, but I'm going with Olave. Like Tyler Shipp's still peppering him.
I did not think so either, but I agree. All right, let's go to Pierre's question here. Flex Parker Washington, Pearsall, or Tez?
I'm going Pearsall.
Okay. Next up, question. DeMarcado, Algier, Spears, Tucker for RB2.
That'd be... I'd go Spears there. Yeah, I've got Spears just ahead of Sean Tucker, so it's only between those two guys. I know Algier keeps getting in the end zone, and every week when I do my waiver stuff, I'm always talking about why Tyler Algier should be rostered. But in this matchup against the Panthers, maybe not.
All right, Henry at the Browns or White at the Bills? I'd go Henry here.
I gotta go Derrick Henry. Yeah.
Again, Ravens have a lot to play for here in this game. Like he really needs some big Derrick Henry moments here. Hurts versus Detroit or Flacco at Pittsburgh, or versus Pittsburgh, I should say. No, at Pittsburgh. I was right.
Yeah, I'm still going. Maybe this, maybe it's take luck, but the dual threat ability of Jalen Hurts, it's so difficult to get past. I know Joe Flacco's like just running so pure. Like last week was his first ever 400-yard game in 204 career games, but I still think it would be really difficult for me to bench Hurts.
Howdy, gents. PPR, Pickens, Judkins, Vidal, pick one.
I want to go Pickens.
I do too. And then keep stashing Monangai? Yes.
Yes.
Or would you drop for B-Rob? No, you kind of get over that. Like Monangai has some use and then upside, whereas B-Rob, I mean, like B-Rob's had more use recently. It is very close. Not for Gainwell, not for Tootin. Drop Daniels for Burrow. Is that a move you'd make?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I mean, we're not getting Jane Daniels back anytime soon, are we? No,
and if you have Flacco, when Burrow comes back, it's an easy just roster move. You don't have to like sacrifice anything else, Hi, gents. This is a bit ugly. That's okay, Colonel. That's why we're here. Need a QB due to the bye weekend injury available on the waivers. Davis Mills, Tua, Winston, Smith, Gabriel, and Young. I mean, do you just throw it all on the wall at Winston and say, go get it, son? I mean,
I'd be fine with that. Like, you don't get many opportunities to get the James Winston experience this time, these days. But if it wasn't him, crazy as it may sound,
play, right?
It's Tua. Like this Washington defense is just diabolical. They rank 32nd against the pass in EPA. They've given up points to everybody. So yeah,
I agree. I think Tua is the right play. But if you're
James is the fun play.
You're 9-1. I think you throw Winston out there and have a good time. You just see.
Yeah.
But no, Tua is the right fantasy answer. Like I want to steer people in the wrong direction. I don't want to, the young kids are watching the YouTube. I don't want to steer them in the wrong direction, set them on the wrong path. All right, B-Rob, morning. Need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end and a flex. Brown, Dowdle, Monty, DeMarcado. So 2 of those guys. First 2, I assume?
Yeah, first 2.
Okay, and then C-Rod was in there too. Then Flowers, Sutton, Ridley, Slayton, Tez. So 2 wideouts of Flowers. I would still play Sutton in this group, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything about Ridley playing yet, and Slayton's ruled out, so they'd be ahead of Tez. So, and then if we're getting down to the flex, at tight end, I'd be Gadsden ahead of Loveland, and then at flex, I'd go Monty.
Yeah, I think Monty's the safe one too. Let's go to Ben's question. 2 QB league. I'm starting Hurts already. Should I start Mills or Darnold? That's Darnold. Darnold.
Donald.
100%
Oh, the
Darnold.
guy's just
This is not
killing
close.
it.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Darnold's been terrific. He didn't have to do too much last week. They were up 30 points and you blinked in the first quarter. I mean, geez. What do you want from the guy? Like, sorry, not every week is going to be like, the normal 18 points you get. Renee, proud mom of 4. Good for you, Renee. Good for you. Hey, guys, I got 2. That's a lot. 4s. How many kids you got? You had
I
one or
got
2?
2.
You got 2.
Yeah.
2 is a good number. 3 is acceptable. 4 is
We
like,
kept out.
that's why it's a non-PPR league. She can't handle the PPR. Or he. I don't know. Renee could be a boy too. I don't know. Sean Tucker or Monangai here for RB2.
I'm gonna have to check my rankings on that one because I just off the top of my head I can't remember.
Well, now with the Bucky news, it got tighter for sure, I would imagine. And while you're thinking about Trey Tucker or Franklin in the flex, is that an easier question?
Yeah, I'd be going with Franklin there. Like I'm a bit of a Franklin slappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theo Johnson or Schultz at tight end.
Oh, I'm going Theo Johnson.
That's 2 for 2 on here too. And then should I flex any of the RBs or tight ends in the flex spot instead of the receivers that I named? So of all the guys remaining, who's the flex play? Or would you just play Monangai and Tucker?
Well, yeah, I'd go Monangai and Tucker there. I do have Monangai ahead by a few spots. But
there we go. See, we've solved all of life's problems. PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Addison, Smith, Tet, RJ Harvey.
So the wide receiver would be Devonta Smith for me.
Agreed.
And then I'd go RJ Harvey.
Yep, let's do it. And next is Mac, full PPR. Start Matthew Stafford or Dak Prescott. I'm starting Dak Prescott always.
Yeah, like that for as good as Matthew Stafford's been, like, divisional matchup, things can get a little funky. The Seahawks defense has been excellent.
Good.
Yeah, and Dak Prescott against the Raiders, like, give me that all day.
All right, who's the odd man out? Higgins, Adams, or Higgins, Devontae Adams, or wait, why is it Devontae Adams? Or maybe
Smith?
one of them is Devonta Smith.
It'd be Devonta.
You know what?
Smith.
Play all the Devontae Adamses. Can you do that now? Let's pretend it's Higgins, Adams, and Devonta Smith. Let's pretend because I think that's what we're getting at here.
Yeah, and it's got to be T. Higgins. If that's the case, T. Higgins and Devonta Adams.
I love when those things happen. It makes me laugh. Don't forget, everybody, too, if you need extra help, Are They Playing is a great tool. We just used it already on the show. We use it all the time. Go to fantasypros.com/Are They Playing. Type that in there, bada boom, bada bing. You look up there, you put the player's name in, and you'll get that percentage of whether or not they're playing. Ironically, Garrett Wilson is a 92% chance he doesn't play the rest of the season, which is fun, but you get the drift. You understand what's going on here. It's just an example, and it is a great tool to help you make those decisions on Sunday morning, let me tell you. So if you haven't tried it already, please go check it out. Next up here is the rookie. The rookie wants to know, non-PPR, Dunze or JMO?
So, I mean, we're touchdown hunting. Obviously, the Lions are playing the Eagles, and you've got the Bears playing against the Vikings. I think I just feel slightly better about Dunze still.
Okay. And then Herbert or Stafford?
That one is still going to be Herbert for me. And I feel like I'm coming across as down on Stafford, but it's more...
No, I don't think you are. I think Herbert has a little bit more upside in that game potentially.
Well, Herbert also leads all quarterbacks in rush outs.
It's awful. That is wild. I mean, you would too if you had to run for your life all the time. I mean,
yeah.
He's taking a lot of sacks this year. Dowdle, Sutton for Bijan. I want the Bijan side still.
Yeah, if you're getting Bijan, then that's where I'd go.
Bijan and Jefferson, Tom. I can't tell you how many questions I've seen about trading those guys away. It's crazy. Algier or Bill at RB2? I'll take Algier here. I know it's not popular, but...
No, I'm good with that. And yeah, let's see. Love Tyler Algier.
Arvin, PPR leagues, I have Rice and Dowdle got offered Henderson and JSN. Should I accept? Rice and Dowdle for Henderson, JSN. Henderson and JSN, yes.
Yeah, like, what's the downside there?
Let's do it right there.
Yeah.
Now. Well, the downside is, if Ramondre comes back, does Henderson turn into a pumpkin? I think that cat's out of the bag right now. Like, I don't think you put that genie back in the bottle. How many other metaphors can I do about it? I don't know.
Well, I'll let you think, but I'll just say, like, on Dowdle, there's still part of me that goes, okay, his best matchups were against some poor run defenses, and as good as he looks, and I'm not trying to downplay that, it still feels like Chuba Hubbard could gain a little bit back at some point.
All right, Brittany's up next here. Didn't put enough fab on the Falcons this week. Which defensive stream? Bears, Chargers, Vikings, and Steelers are all available.
I'll take the Chargers going up against the Jags. No qualms about that.
Yeah, I think I agree. Morning, guys. A tough one here. Start Deebo, Wan'Dale, Franklin, or Watson. That is a tough one. I like Wan'Dale's floor a lot in this game, but I know you're a Franklin guy. You also like Watson. Both of us like Watson for upside here, but he's a little bit more splash. I don't know. This is a tough one.
I think the guy I'm going with is Deebo. With no
Okay,
Terry
that's
McLaurin
fine.
again, I mean, the Dolphins' defense is improving, but I still think there's going to be enough areas around the field for Deebo to get in.
Casey wants to know Otten or Fannin.
I think I've got Kate Otten just a few spots ahead still. I know it's difficult, and Fannin had a nice enough game against Ravens last time he played, but Kate Otten, yeah, I've got him at tight end 7 overall and had a career high 9 targets last week, I think it was.
All right. Flex Vidal in full PPR, Pearsall or QJ.
I'll go Vidal there just for volume.
Take the
Like
points.
it's a bit of a roller coaster with Vidal, but yeah, he's still top 20 running back for me this week.
Ooh, here we go. Becca or Rice in a full PPR. I think I gotta lean Rice here just based on coming off the bye. And if you have any qualms about any weather situations in Buffalo, it's just a little safer, but that is close. I mean, normally I would say Igbuka right off the bat, but I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
mean, am I crazy because of the matchup? Is Rice not the guy I should be? I don't know. It is really close.
I mean, so the way I've got these ranked, I've got Rice at wide receiver 7. Then I've got Justin Jefferson at wide receiver 8. I've got Drake London sitting up there at wide receiver 5. So those are the 3 which I would go with. I mean, Igbuka, you are dropping down to wide receiver 9. Like, this is a really difficult problem. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong way to split it. They've all got matchups that I'd feel okay about. But yeah, Mecca Igbuka is the one who is the lowest.
Herbert or Lamar at QB today?
Look, Ravens fan, I'm always
Well,
standing.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a tough year for you, so maybe I don't know.
Well, let's go. I mean, you go back to the last time he played against the Browns, and he wasn't rushing very much, and he hasn't rushed very much. But the way he was hurting them was with those deep touchdowns. And Cleveland have allowed something like 15 passing touchdowns this year, and I believe 7 of them have been on passes 15 plus yards deep. So I think that's where Lamar's going to pick him off.
So I know I'm super late to the party here, Tommy Boy, but recently I started watching Ted Lasso, and I really enjoy it. Have
Never
you ever
seen it.
been? You really should. You should be Roy Kent for Halloween next year. I think you could pull it off. I really
I'll
do.
Google it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. I think it'll allow you to grunt and growl at people a little bit. I think you can really pull it off. I gotta tell you, as I'm sitting here hanging out with you, I'm like, I think Tom for Halloween next year could pull off a Roy Kent costume, and I think it would be a huge hit wherever you go. I really do.
Well, I mean, we could get into a bigger conversation about how Halloween costumes are typically supposed to actually be scary, and America does it wrong. But that's
Well, I mean, America has a different take on the Halloween costumes. Depending on the age group, and depends what's going on. Some people like the scary, some people like the sexy, some people like the comical, the ironic. I think all are acceptable if you want to partake. That's what I say.
Sexy Roy Kent. It is
Sexy Roy Kent. Well, Tom. I mean, he is a little scary though. The character is very. He's like the enforcer guy, tough
right, okay.
guy, salty old sod, very veteran guy who used to be great and now his knees don't work anymore. I feel like you want to talk about scary. He scares the crap out of a lot of people. I think he could pull it off. All right, Otten or Goddard in the full PPR.
I've got Otten one spot behind. Got a just volume monster this year.
All right. Let's go to next one here. Sit 1 in the PPR. Jefferson, Rico, London, or Chase Brown.
I'd be dropping Chase Brown there. Like, I know it's been better of late, but it still feels a little iffy at times.
Okay. Our next question here. Full PPR. Choose 2. Sutton, Franklin, Tucker, Tez, Pearsall, or Tet.
I go Franklin and Pearsall.
Okay. Flex, Woody Marks, or Chase Brown.
Chase Brown over Woody.
Okay. Another one. Drago's back. Full PPR. Choose
same
2.
question.
Oh, it's the same one. What is going on here? Why do we get the double ups here? Some weird stuff on the StreamYard today. Full PPR super flex. Darnold, Bowers, McBride, Mariota, Purdy, Waddle, AJ Brown. Pick 4, 2 QBs max. All right. Well, I'm always going to pick 2 QBs if we're doing that. So Darnold and Mariota, right?
Yes, feeling a little worried about Purdy first week back, and then
I think it's Waddle and McBride.
Waddle and McBride, yeah.
Right. There's not much left in Arizona.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
100
And
targets.
Sal agrees with me, by the way. You could totally pull off the Roy Kent thing. So it's good. It's not a bad thing, you know. It's not like someone saying Joe used to be Paul Giamatti for Halloween. It's not like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not exactly flattering. That's not bringing the ladies around. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the costume. Ricky Pearsall or Sean Tucker. This is where I play Pearsall. I
Yeah.
throw caution to the wind. Next one here. Hey guys, thanks for the answer. Half PPR. One running back, one flex. Devontae Smith, Kamani Vidal, Woody Marks, Chase Brown. Who's the two guys that are in?
So I'd go Chase Brown, and then I'd be going Kamani Vidal.
Okay. Next question. Chungus one. Pick two. Half PPR. AJ Brown, Devonta, or Judkins. So who's the odd man out here? I think it's AJ Brown, right?
It's AJ Brown. Like,
it's really stunning. Like, that is. I mean, he's telling us don't start him in fantasy, which you got to respect that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm old enough to remember when Josh Jacobs tried to tell people not to start him on in fantasy, but that felt very different to this situation. And yeah, I'm fully on board with not starting AJ Brown this week.
And it's a long time coming too. I mean, he has been miserable since last year. Even when they were winning, he was miserable. He's on the sidelines reading books. Like, he's gone. I don't know where he goes next year. You know what? I just thought about this. Would you see a Vrabel reuniting there with AJ Brown? Could you put him there with Mac Jones? Oh, without did Drake May? Did I say Mac Jones? Oh my God, that's PTSD of the last 3 years. I'm so sorry, so sorry. With Drake May, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs. I mean, that could be a good time.
That sounds fantastic. And no, I believe it. And like we saw how annoyed Mike Vrabel was when they traded AJ Brown.
Yeah, he did not.
So it makes sense. I believe the Pats have plenty of cap space going into next year as well.
Yeah. Well, everybody's on a rookie deal. Campbell, May, Henderson. Is Christian Gonzalez still on his rookie deal? I think he is, right? Yeah. Christian Gonzalez still on the rookie deal. I want to say maybe we're close to. I don't know. I gotta look. That I don't recall off the top of my head. I have to check that one. But yeah, man, like, we're in an interesting spot here. All right, Brian Thomas or Parker Washington this week?
Well, I don't
Washington's healthier.
Yeah, I don't think Brian Thomas is playing, so it'd be Parker.
Even when he plays, it's like he's not playing. Superflex, pick two: Love, Mills, or Dak. It's Dak and Love for me.
Yes, by a country mile.
This ain't close here. This ain't close. If you need to pick two in a PPR, Rachaad White, Wan'Dale, or Harvey, it's the last two for me. How about you?
I think I'd go with the two running backs.
Okay, fair enough. Looking for the floor here. Logan, need one for the flex. Walker, McMillan, Johnston, or Trey Tucker in the full PPR.
I'm going Ted McMillan. I know we keep coming back to this, but yeah, even if I dropped him down, I think he'd still be above Kenneth Walker.
Okay. Then we have Tyrone Tracy or Sean Tucker.
Tracy's volume probably keeps him there alone in this one, even though the matchup is better for Sean Tucker.
JMO or Jennings?
Well, the Dan Campbell usage on JMO was just ridiculous last week, so let's go JMO.
Yeah, all right. Here's another one here. Flacco or Mariota this week? Where do you want to go?
Flacco. We've just greater sample size. Like Mariota, yes, he adds a little bit with his legs, but it's only rushing like 25, 30 yards. It's not crazy numbers.
Are you sad that, we're not going to, unfortunately, get like the full AJ Brown experience this year? Like, I don't know how many shares you have, but it feels like for those who invested at like that second round tier, which is where he's going, it felt like a very good investment at the time. You know, it felt very safe.
Yeah.
It just kind of fell off the map. I don't know how many shares you have. I don't have any, which is weird because I like the player, but I just didn't have any.
I don't have. I took kind of a bit of a stance against both him and Lad McConkey were in that area, and for me, Lad McConkey was a bit of an easier click. AJ Brown felt like a bit more.
I would agree with that.
Of a troubled one, and in general, I was leaning towards Bucky Irving, Chase Brown in that area. So the second round hasn't been kind to me this year.
Well, it's been kind to the people that took Jonathan Taylor. That's what it's been kind to.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Vidal or Judkins?
Judkins. I think his volume's probably slightly better.
All right, here is another QB one. Flacco or JJ?
I'm going Flacco. I mean, I know it's a nice matchup for JJ, but I don't think it's the difference in like the metrics isn't enough to make me confident in JJ.
Dowdle or Aaron Jones in the PPR flex spot?
Dowdle by a little bit there.
Okay. Half PPR, JMO, Marks, or Harvey at the flex. This is interesting. I think Marks is the safe play here.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I mean, just to go over it, like the Titans, they rank 27th against the run in EPA allowed against the run, and they've allowed fourth most fantasy points for position. Teams just get up on them so much easier that they tend to be able to run nicely on them. But maybe this is more competitive with Davis Mills out there. I don't know, but I'd still have enough faith in Woody Marks.
This is an interesting philosophical question. Should I take players on the waiver wire in order to stifle my opponents, or is that not a smart play? It is depending on you can't hurt your own roster to do it. So never hurt your own roster. It's like dead spot, guy you're not using. Like quarterback's getting thin. You can pull the best quarterback off. I'm cool with that. Like it's always about acquiring talent, especially at this point in the season when you're past a lot of bye weeks. I want to have the most talent I can and have the most insurance policies I can. So if there's RB handcuffs out there that maybe would help a lot of people, the B-Robs, the Monangai, like all those people we've talked about, the Quorums, yeah, you pick those guys up, even if you don't have that running back. In fact, they're more valuable to you because, as you say, it stifles your opponent. Tom, do you have any thoughts on this? Again, this is a big philosophical question, but I think an important one, especially in a week 11.
Yeah, I think this is the time of year where bench spots start to really matter. We've only got a few more weeks where we've got bye weeks, but some of the bye weeks that are coming are going to be quite messy still and quite difficult. So if you can combine these two to do the two things and, make sure that you're stifling an opponent, but also giving yourself a way out and giving yourself some more upside at the same time, then it's great. And ultimately, like, particularly if this is in like a home league setting or something, absolutely. Any kind of like trolling that you can do in the home league settings, I'm all about that.
All right, Smitty's up next. Is London for Rico, Dowdle, and Roman Dunze a good choice?
I think I prefer having the two players there, much as like I'm a huge straight London fan. Like those are two players that.
I mean, if you seriously need the RB help, then it's not the worst.
Yeah,
I think you can live with that. Flacco, Purdy, or Bo?
That's going to be Flacco.
Okay, and then last one here, full PPR bench: Dobbs, Tez, Pearsall, Deebo. Who is the bench guy here? Who gets the sit?
It's Tez. Tez for
All
me.
right.
Like I'm not quite as bought in as some people.
All right, there you have it, everybody. Make sure you head up DraftKings right now. Pick 6 is available for you. Use that promo code FPROS. You can use the QR code there. And again, Pick 6 is now the time going on here at DraftKings. It's time to get on that. $5 gets you $50 in bonus picks instantly over on DraftKings. Also, are they playing? Well, we'll find out if you plug it in to fantasypros.com/are they playing. If you have questions about guys that are questionable on your roster, answer those questions over on fantasypros.com/are they playing. Don't be a tool, use the tools. And on the way out, like the stream, drop your comments below, subscribe to the channel, and you could win the Trophy Smack Championship belt from Trophy Smack, the #1 destination for epic fantasy football trophies. I want to thank our crew here, and of course, Tom, for joining us today on the Saturday live stream. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's a no-brainer. Look at that. He's here. He's there. He's every freaking where. Tom Strachan. I mean, come on. It's right there. That's not bad.
Well,
He's
Joe,
a handsome bloke. He's a handsome bloke.
I'm going to have to find a hairpiece because if I took the hat off, much like yourself, that isn't the style I can pull off without a little help.
Oh, well, it's Halloween. You can start preparing now, or you can start getting those little transplant things. You can do either one. All right, that'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Roy Kent, Tom Strachan, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Have a great weekend of football. I tell you, handsome devil. You, him, you can pull it off. It's good.
He's got to be based on Roy Keane, right?
I assume he's like an amalgamation of a couple characters. Very entertaining fellow, though. Big fan. Great show. Love the show.
Gonna have to finally check it out.